Okay, so this is a tutorial for all bingo goals related to the water temple. This tutorial is not meant for very experienced players. I will not be going over very advanced strats. I will be just going through the very basics. So you might realize that I'm not actually in water temple. I'm actually in DC. So what I've actually done, you don't have to do this for when you do water temple goals, but a cool way to get small keys without actually opening small key chests in water temple is if you RBA Kojiro. If you don't know what RBA is, that's okay. You don't need to do this route. But if you RBA Kojiro, it will give you a glitch bomb bag. And once you have a glitch bomb bag, when you go to open the actual bomb bag chest, you will get this. And when you look in your inventory, you will now have a bomb bag over your bomb chute slot. Now what's important about this is that your bomb chutes are gone. You cannot get them back. It is impossible to get them back. So if you do have a goal where you need bomb shoes, very common ones are hovering to Ganon's castle. It's very easy with bomb shoes, or doing spirit hover is very easy with bomb shoes. You might not want to do this route if you have those goals. So once you have this, you can get bottle on B again. I'm not going to show that because this is just water temple itself. But if you get bottle on B and you RBA with this fake bomb bag on your C right, it will correspond to water temple key count. So if you go to water temple after RBAing this bomb bag, you will have somewhere between 20 and 29 small keys, depending on what you RBA with. Okay, and now because water temple is a special dungeon, I'm actually going to show how to enter it, since it's not as simple as forest or fire. If you have iron boots, you can just go straight down there the normal way. And because this tutorial is meant for beginners, I'm not going to be going over any kind of ledge clips or super slide teleports into water. If you want to look those up, you're welcome to do so. So I should go over this. So what we do to get into water temple is we clip through this lab, which will allow us to go underneath the ground and swim around the entire map. So what you want to do is you want to line up with this wall, side hop into this corner, side roll without releasing Z, which will give you a little tiny side roll. You want to backflip, side hop right, and side roll again. This time you want to release C and retarget once you have this position. Then you want to shield turn. Take out your sword, jump slash, and hold R when you jump slash. That will keep his positioning forwards instead of moving back after you kind of stand up. Then you want to backflip 3 times, side hop once, and now you can actually just jump down there if you want. It's okay. But if you want to get a little bit of a boost when you enter the water, you can side hop here and jump slash, and it'll give you kind of a recoil, which you can kind of super swim once you hit the water. But I failed it right there, so it's not a big deal. And once you are down here, you have to be a little careful. Your camera will actually lock, and if you see up there where I'm swimming towards, there's a little tiny area where the ground meets the water. You want to swim to the very right of that, and once you get there, the camera should come back. And you want to stick to somewhat close to the ground, but not too far, or you will flip back in. You want to head over to this corner, make sure you go around the corner so that you don't clip back in, and then you can just swim straight towards the loading zone. Okay, and now that we're in Water Temple, I'm going to show you the route that you would take if you have RBA'd small keys with the fake bomb bag. Because I'm using cheats, I have an infinite amount of keys, but normally, of course, this will not be the case. What you want to do is you want to head straight over to the Path to Dark link. I'm going to be getting all the skulls as well, just to kind of show you how that works. So to get the skull, without long shot at least. You want to get ISG off of those keys, jump, backflip down here, get into this corner as far as you can, hope the keys don't do this. Get into this corner as far as you can, take out your hook shot, and you can just barely kill this Skulltula and grab the token from where you are. If you're not comfortable with that, you can always come back with the long shot and it'll be very easy. And then this is just very basic. If you played the game before, you should know how to go to the Dark Link room. Or at least go through this room. I guess a good thing to note is if you are not doing the fake bomb bag route, you want 2 small keys before coming here. So I will show you how to get those 2 small keys and a backup key in case you fail one of them. So once you're in this room, if you have hover boots, you can just equip them and run around the entire room. You don't need to raise the water at all. If you do not have hover boots, which can save just a little bit of time, I would suggest getting them if you're new. Just to make it easier and you don't need to worry about falling. But if you don't have hover boots, there's a cool strat you can do. You get in this corner, you target to the very right side of this, and once you hookshot it, you want to wait maybe half a second before jump slashing and then jump slash. If you try to jump slash right away, you will recoil off the wall and fall into the water. So then you can just come over here. There's just kind of a cool strat where you lower it on top of your head and you just kind of teleport up. I don't think it's even faster, it just looks cool. Okay, you can just hookshot that target up there, but the fast thing to do is usually hookshot the light spike. You want to be a little careful because you can hit the spikes if you aren't aiming carefully enough. Okay, so the Dark Link fight. Dark Link will actually spawn after you touch the island. So, I'm on the island right now. Once I go off of the island and then I look back onto it, you'll see him. And then once you actually touch the island, the fight will activate. So the common strat for fighting Dark Link is you want to face right. I think facing this direction also works. It is somewhat dependent on your angle. So if you're not getting the strat, just change your angle by a few degrees and it might work. But what you want to do is you want to target, kind of lure him over to your left side. And then once you see him in the corner there, you want to hold right and press B to do a side slash. So see, I don't have a very good angle, so he keeps kind of jumping around. And then once you have one hit, he'll just kind of get into a cycle where it's very easy to hit him again. And you just keep doing this, hold right and press B to side slash. And usually you don't have 20 hearts, but so this might take a while. Another thing is, if you get too far into his corner, he'll stop spawning right behind you. So if that happens, you can just come back into the middle of the room and just kind of try to get the positioning again. Okay, and now that we have him beaten, you can just come over here and get the long shot. So now we have the long shot. And there's also the Dark Link goal, so you've also done that. If you have long shot or Dark Link goal, you're just done here. You can just leave the temple, that's it. But for 3 water skulls and 5 water skulls, you will continue on down here. I'm going to assume that you have Song of Time. There are two methods to get past the Song of Time block if you do not have it. The only time you would really ever not have it is if you get real ZL from Zelda as Child, or maybe you have 3 Water Skulls and you want to skip ZL. I'm not going to show that because there are plenty of good tutorials on it, but you're free to look them up if you want. So once here, there's actually a navi text that's about right there, but if you get into this corner, you can just kind of back walk through it and do a recoil into a super swarm like that. Okay, now that we're here, if you have iron boots, you can equip them. I do not have them, so I will be doing the long shot method. And for that method, you want to swim over to this little platform and get ISG. Sometimes I like to buffer ISG here because if you miss it, you will usually get hit by the explosion and fall into a whirlpool. And usually that means you have to start all the way back over from the beginning of the room. You want to get into this corner as far as possible. Hover boots tends to give you just a few pixels more room. And then you just want to aim at it and see if you can hit it. If you don't feel like you're close enough, you can do an extended hookshot. So what you do is you don't actually need to do this, but a lot of people do it because it kind of helps. You want to release hookshot for 1 frame, so you can buffer this if you want. So now that you've released hookshot, you just want to pull out hookshot on the next frame. And that will give you a few pixels extra of distance. So now you can easily reach it. Okay. If you are not doing the fake bomb bag route with the fake keys, you'll want to get this small key right here. A good thing to note is if you're not doing the fake bomb bag route, you generally do need some kind of a bow. You don't need real bow, but you can use ice arrows with something duped over your bottle slot, or your bow slot, so that you can pick up arrow drops, and you also need to RBA Kojiro to get a fake quiver, so you can actually store the arrow drops. Okay, so now that we have the small key, we're gonna save warp back to the start of the temple. And this is where the 2 routes sort of converge. In a way. If you have long shot, because you've already gone through there with the fake bomb bag route, you can actually just hookshot this, or long shot this torch, and you can swim directly to Riddor from here. But I want to show another method in case you don't have long shot. One method is, I don't actually have a fish, so you can go look that up if you want. If you have hover boots and a fish, you can drop the fish right here. And if you note, Link holds his bottle in his left hand. So when you go to pick up a fish with hover boots, you can just kind of slide off the edge and swing the bottle. Make sure you're facing this side, otherwise the bottle will be in the opposite hand. Or your bottle will be in the opposite side of where you want the fish to be. And when you catch the fish, Link will just go straight down to the bottom, kind of like a Navi dive. Another method I want to show off is using this sledge clip right here. So if you have hover boots, it's very easy to get here. You can just go to the left side. He will actually grab the ledge normally. That's strange that I didn't. Like that. Another method, in case you want to skip hover boots, is to pull out your sword, look at generally the right side of this little area. Hold Z and R, and then you just want to run up and spam B. And that should make him jump slash up top. If you don't hold R, he might jump slash without actually going up there, or jump slash early. So R is just a way to make it a lot more consistent. And you want to have sword pulled out because of that. Okay, so now we're up here, we're going to do a ledge clip. You're free to do whatever kind of ledge clip strat you want. I try to do a kind of guano walk into a side roll. And there you go. If you don't know what a ledge clip is, you want to release C during the roll and press C on the first frame that Link grabs the ledge. And that will actually clip him through the floor. Okay, so now that once you're over here, you see here, if you look down there, you can actually see the room that leads to Rudo. But you want to be careful of this room right here. If you just go straight through it, you'll clip into this room and you'll be stuck, and you'll have to go all the way back to the ledge. So what you want to do is you want to swim around it. You don't need to worry about where you land as long as you land in this room right here. It's fairly big, and you don't need to worry about the trigger because it's not loaded. But once you're down here, you can just walk back here. It'll load the room, and you can just talk to the Rudo from here. If you're only in this temple for the map or the map and compass goal, instead of playing ZL here, you'll just want to go straight into the map room and get the map. When you're fighting these guys, there's a few strats to do it. Quick spins tend to work well. You can also use hookshot or just crouch stab them. I'm pretty bad at fighting them myself. And luckily they drop a lot of bombs, so if you're short on bombs, it's a good idea to come here if you also need the map. So here we have the map. And if you're just here for the map or the map and compass, then you want to save warp out of here or play a song if you're just here for the map. If you're here for the compass, you want to save warp, and I will go over how to get to the compass room later. But otherwise, if you're here to get the long shot without the fake bomb bag route, or you want to get all 5 water temple skulls, then you want to play ZL. And lower the water. Okay, so I'm going to assume you have hover boots. The normal way of getting this key right here is to raise the water up to the 2nd level and then come down here with iron boots. But what we're going to do is instead use hover boots to just side hop onto the platform. So you just want to run up here and then side hop when you're about halfway through, and it should automatically land you on that platform. And then you just blow up the wall and get the small key like normal. So this is the first small key in the non-RBA route. If you fail this key, I will show a backup key that you can get after you've lowered the water. And then the other key is this one, where you have to have bow for. You can also do stick on B, but because stick on B is going to be banned in version 9, I'd suggest not bothering too much with that. So kill these guys. You can also do it with a quick spin. I'm just really bad at quick spinning. And once you're done with this, you want to go out here. This is the basic water skulls route. So to get this one water skull, we're just going to come over here and get normally. So this little area right here, normally what I like to do is I like to RBA the adult Pakakako with an empty bottle so that you get a fake cold scale, and that will let you just dive down there. If you have iron boots as well, that works, but I will actually show you a method to use bugs or fish to dive down there. So it's very similar to the method up top to get down to where Rudo speaks to you. You want to drop bugs into this little corner. Make sure you have hover boots on, take out the bottle, and just kind of move over it and hope that doesn't happen. There we go. And that'll drop you right down there. Generally, the bugs won't move out of that corner if you're in between them and the walls, but sometimes that can happen. And once you're here, if you don't have hover boots, you can just raise the water and hookshot it. Otherwise, you can just kind of run across. There are 2 bomb drops right here, always guaranteed, so those are very nice. And then you just want to save warp back to the start of the temple. Okay, now I'm going to show a backup key in case you don't, in case you miss the one key on the second floor. So what you want to do is, there's actually, I'll show it from here. There's actually a room down here. The intended way of getting this is you shoot the bow slot and you use long shot to quickly get there before the gate closes. What we're going to do instead is we're going to, can't do that, so I'll just hover up. Instead what we're going to do is we're going to weird shot and hook shot that target once we're underground. So once you're down here, you want to make sure you're far enough close to the entrance, otherwise you will be on the other side of the gate. I don't believe you can actually be too close, so anywhere in this area is good enough. And you want to hook shot this little target here. Another important thing is, of course, the water needs to be down, otherwise you will be underwater right now. So once we're here, we want to do another weird shot. And you are able to reach this chest with normal hook shot. You do not need long shot. So you just hooked out the chest, and this will be a backup key. And from here, you just want to save warp and go back to the start of the temple. So this is where the 2 routes kind of separate again. If you're doing the non-RBA route, you're going to want to drop down to the second floor, and this is assuming you already have long shot and the skulls in that area. You want to drop down to the second floor and light this torch using bow. If you are doing the RBA route with the fake bomb bag, what you can do instead is you can just drop straight down here and you'll have plenty of keys to open this door. And then you can just hook shot up here, which is where the other route comes in. And then you can just do a sword slash and shield it to make sure you're as close to the edge as possible. And just hook shot it from here. Okay, so if you're doing 5 skulls route, you will just jump straight down there. You can easily dive below it and use the long shot to reach the other side. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to show a route for 3 water skulls, where instead you clip out of water. I believe I can raise the water, otherwise I'll use Ocarina. Okay, I'll just need to raise the water. So if you're doing the 3 water skulls route, it's generally a good idea to RBA the bomb bag for the small keys. And the route you generally want to take is to go through Dark Link, Long Shot, and get those 2 skulls in that area. And then the 3rd skull you're going to get is the far back one on the bottom floor. So to get to that one, we're going to do another ledge clip here. And instead we're going to go the other way. You actually, believe you can, yeah, you can just swim under here because you're just below that area. So you can see here that this entire room is already loaded. It's not like the Rudo room where you need to walk back and load the room. So you can actually just drop down into this room. And this avoids having to do any kind of dive. Let's see, there is a strat to get across these spikes. I believe it is just backwalk and backflip with hover roots. But you should have long shot when you're here. Okay, well I'm not good at that, so I'm just gonna use long shot. That strat could be useful if you are doing another 3 water skulls route where instead of going through the long shot area, you just get the skull in the basement, and then you would come here to get this one for your 3rd. So because most routes will have long shot, I'm just going to show that. You want to do 3 backflips there from the corner, and aim at the Skulltula, hope you get it before the Tektite hits you. It's not a big deal if he hits you. You can always just kill him. Okay, and that's the end of the 5 water skulls and 3 water skulls routes. So, to clarify, the 3 water skulls routes, you start out here. I'm assuming you will have RBA'd bomb bag for Fake Keys. So you'll go up through Long Shot through there by Dark Link, get the skull in the Whirlpool room, and then you'll save warp and go down to the basement in the back. So now what I want to show you is how to get to the compass room. So we'll just go over here again, do another ledge clip. Swim around here just like when we went to the map room and to talk to Rudo. Instead of dropping down there, we're actually going to come over here where the compass is. And what you want to do is you want to dive at a very specific spot above this room. So you'll see here there are 2.5 squares between where I am and the wall over there. You want to be right in between this 3rd square right here. And when you dive, you want to be careful if you have gold scale. If you dive too far, you'll actually clip into the room and you'll have to reset. But if you dive just above the room, you'll actually load this entire room. Then you can just come over here and use this water spout to just kind of clip yourself up into the compass. There are several ways to do this. It's not a big deal if you just want to hookshot the switch to stop the water. Otherwise, you can hookshot the chest to open it, or you can just roll into it. And you just kind of have to mash and hope you get it. And that is how you get map and compass. These map and compasses are generally considered pretty fast. The map, because you can get the map through ice arrows, is not always considered really fast by coming inside the temple itself if you have goals like 6 or 7 maps. But this compass is a very fast compass to get, so it's generally very worth it. Okay, and now I'm going to show you one last thing before we go to fight Morpha. So if you're doing the bomb bag route, or if you're doing the not bomb bag route, where you do not RBA keys, after you talk to Rito and you get the basement skull, you're going to save warp up here, and you're going to notice that the water is not up. So how are we going to get to that door? So one basic way to do it is you can obviously just raise the water, but the problem with that is you will have to lower the water once again when you come back here with Longshot. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to do a damage boost or a super slide to the store. Except you don't want to do that. Most people do a damage boost. I like to do a super slide just because it's a lot easier. Or it would be if I didn't fail it. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you do not hold Z when you equip hover boots. That way you can just turn around. And you just want to hold down. And once you're here, you can just open the door. So that's how you get to this room without the bomb bag route. Now I'm going to show you the route to Morpha. It's very basic. Normally the water will be raised because you have not been here yet, but it doesn't really matter. What you want to do is you want to line up with this wall, take out a bomb and do a mega side hop. And then during the mega side hop you want to equip hover boots and just hold down, and you should make it there. In this room, it's generally a good idea to keep hover boots equipped because it allows you to roll up the entire slope. Otherwise, you will just slide back down. To do the boss key skip, you want to get Navi ISG with the door. A good setup that I really like is you want to kind of line up with the left side of this post. You want to shield drop a bomb and then almost, not immediately, but wait half a second. Take another bomb out and throw it to the left. So I'll show you it right now. And that should give you your initial hover. An important thing about this is you want to make sure the first bomb is far enough left that it does not contact the second bomb. Otherwise, the second bomb will explode too fast and you will generally get hit. Once you're here, if you have bomb shoes, you can easily just do 3 bomb shoe hovers and then do a side hop jump slash into the boss room. Because I do not have bomb shoes from the bomb bag, I'm instead just going to do a normal hover. An important thing about bomb hovers with these boss key skips, if you feel like you have gone too far back, you do not want to do the side hop and jump slash method, you will generally get knocked out of the door frame. So instead what you can do is you can hold ESS down, do a roll, and you want to buffer to this frame. This frame is the first frame that you will be able to side hop or backflip, and this frame also gives you a kind of angled side hop. So what you want to do on this frame is you want to hold up and buffer 1A for one frame, and that will give you kind of a forward side hop. You may be able to do more than 1 or 2 frame advancements from here if you have hover boots equipped, but if you have no hover boots, then you generally want to only advance 1 frame. And then just jump slash out of that, and you'll make it. And then once you're in here, it's a very basic Morpha fight. So Morpha can kind of troll you a little bit by going towards the center. It really doesn't make a big difference. But if you don't feel safe hookshotting her towards the center, you can always wait a cycle. Otherwise, a good thing about Morpha is you want to hookshot in front of where she is. Otherwise, your hookshot will go right through her, like that. Her hitbox does not actually follow where she actually is. So you want to hookshot her into this corner, go around, make sure she stays there, and then just do 1 slash to knock her into the corner, jump slash, and just keep crouch stabbing. And that will make the fight very easy. Alright, I'm going to go through the cutscene skip very quickly, but if you want to learn how to do the cutscene skip yourself, I would suggest using a tutorial on that specific trick. So if you don't know about Ocarina items onto a blue warp, what you want to do is you want to get a bottle in your hand that is filled. And this way, when you do Ocarina items onto the blue warp, you will actually prevent the warp from taking you up, and you will regain control once the cutscene finishes. So you want to get onto the right side of the room. It's actually the opposite if you reload the room. So because I just killed Morpha, it'll be the right side. If you come back after killing Morpha, it'll be on the left side. So you want to get here in between the 2 pillars, 2 backflips, side hop so you're touching this wall, 1 backflip, side roll while keeping Z, then do 1 roll, and then you want to backflip and do Ocarina items very quickly. If you don't do it quickly enough, you may not actually do OI and he'll just walk into the warp. So you wait for this entire cutscene to finish, and you want to hold up and press B. And now we want to buffer to where his left foot is just coming up. So this is the first frame that you want to buffer to. This is the second, and this is the third. What you want to do on the first frame is you want to hold Z right and pull out a bomb, and just keep holding right the entire time, and it should kill you and do the cutscene skip. If you get second or third frame, you want to let's see, it is hold right, Z, and R out of the unpause lag. So I'll do that. And I didn't buffer Z, so that's okay. That's not right. 14. So you want to make sure you actually you press Z during the on pause lag, or you will get something like that. Okay. This is first frame. Hold bomb, hold right, and hold Z. And then you want to either not save or save, it doesn't really matter. It saves just a few frames. And then you want to continue. And you know you got the cutscene skip if you see that white flash. Okay, so this has been a tutorial of the Water Temple for all bingo goals. I hope you like it, and please let me know anything that I could help to improve on.